Good morning. It's Diane from Stamping with Diane in Innisfil, Ontario, and I am here to show you today an M-Fold card, which I originally saw Brandy Cox demonstrate, and I'm going to be featuring the Impressions Abloom stamp set, coordinating dies, which, just a little hint for you, I always photocopy the dies before I file them away, so that I can easily see what is in that set, and the absolutely stunning Floral Impressions Designer Series paper, which was designed by our very talented designers at Stampin Up. They hand-painted these wildflowers, and then, of course, with the magic of however they do it, turned it into extremely stunning Designer Series paper for us to use. So muted on the back side and bright florals on the front side. So we're going to start today with an extra, with the thick piece of white cardstock. And so I'm going to cut it at the 5.5 mark and leave the full length of 11 inches. So I have a 5.5 by 11. I am going to score it with the light scoring blade at 4.25, slide it over to 5.5, and slide it again to 6.75. So that gives us a score line right in the center, which we can use the bone folder. I like to push it up against the edge of my cutter so that I have some resistance there to really line that up well. Give that a nice finish with my bone folder, and then fold back on itself at the other two score marks. And that will create our M fold. So I'll show you that from above. It's like the letter M or W. So this is our design for today. For my designer paper, I've chosen this pattern, which coordinates with loads of different colors we could choose from the background, but I'm going to mat it on a strawberry slush. That's going to become the front. So just with the 1/8 of an inch smaller on each of those, that will be the front. Then on top of that, we're going to put another strawberry slush. This is from our In Color Designer Series paper set, which I love that background. That's going to be our front piece. As we open it inside, I'm going to mount the same floral piece on the back side with a white insert to be able to write our greeting. And then on this side, I'm going to use again from the designer paper package. This is the one side, but I'm going to choose the muted on the inside here, or I could choose this one, but I liked bringing in some more leafy to go along with the flowers. And then I'll save the next piece for a moment. So I'll go ahead and adhere all of that for us. Okay, so I've now adhered all these things. The nice thing right now is a lot of these In Colors are on sale during the month of August. And so this designer paper with all the 5 In Colors for this year are 15% off. Some of these pattern papers, which feature a lot of the In Colors, are also 15% off. So check out dianethatcher.stampinup.net. Now, I haven't put this on top just yet, but I want to show you. I'm going to stamp, and I'm not going to use the Impressions Abloom for this. This is going to be a special birthday card, so I just want the front to say Celebrate. But let me show you these dies. So we can do two-step stamping with 2 different tones. So I've done that, and then die cut a flower. So I was using some fresh freesia and Pretty in Pink, and then the Darling Duckling for the center of the flower, and then I ran it through the die to get this idea. However, our dies also nest together. So this cuts out the outer shape, or you can nest this and it'll snug right in there together. And as you run it through your die cut and emboss machine, when you pull it out, this is the magic that you create. So it has the outer outline with all of this detail that's been kind of half cut into it. So I've done a few of those in advance. It even does it with the center of the flower. So I'll show you what those dies look like. You get the outer rim, and then you set this inside with the detail, and so when it's come out embossed, it has both. So I'll show you some stamping of a few of these leaves. So again, you can see it's two-step stamping. You've got the solid and the detailed. I like to start with the detailed stamp, and I'm using Old Olive for this. So just straight down Old Olive, and I'll make a couple of them. And then I'm going to come in with Garden Green with the solid, but I'm going to stamp that off, so I don't want it quite as dark. And then lining it up, which you can easily do with our photopolymer stamps. And beautiful. I find it easiest to do that detailed first and then come in with the filling, as opposed to the other way around. Some people might have a different preference. And then Stampin' Up! Has included 2 dies, the same shape, so it's wonderful. You can run that through your machine and get 2 at once. I usually stick a little Post-it note on there to hold it in place. I find the glue dots are the easiest way to attach these small bits right onto my flower centers. And then I'll use glue dots as well to attach the leaves on. And I'll probably use my favorite, my Stampin' Seal, to put some of these flowers on. And I've used the Pebbled Path. I love that to pop with the word Celebrate on the front. And I think I'll pop this piece up with one of our foam strips. So quick and easy, and it's kind of like our tear and tape. I just use my finger to pop it off. Doesn't have to go right to the edge. Then I take my leftover piece, break that one in half, and I just find it gives it a nice solid layering here. I use my take your pick to pull off these backings, although sometimes it's just as easy with your fingers. And we'll center that on our front card front. Okay, gorgeous. Just some bling here to add. All right, now inside, I mentioned we're going to put a white page in here with a sentiment, but I'm also going to attach on here this square, which ties in, of course, the shape from the front, matted, and that's going to go on here. And I'm going to decorate this up with a stamp and some of the stamping from the Impressions Abloom. So I've chosen fresh freesia, and again, I'm going to start with the detailed side. Now I'm sitting here with a stamp. I haven't stamped it yet, just to kind of guard where how much space I'm going to need. So I'm going to come in with the fresh freesia detailed, and I'm going to do a second one. And it's okay if it goes off the page, so I haven't attached that yet. So let's let it kind of come up this way. And now I'm going to come in with the solid in the Pretty in Pink. It is pretty in pink, so I'm going to stamp it off. And here's the trick to line this up. I look for the big space here in between. I always find this more difficult when I'm on camera to get it lined up. I'm watching for the center of the flower. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, and we'll try the second one. Pretty in Pink, stamp it off, and find that space. It's over here this time. There we go. And I'll come in with the center, flower center in yellow. Pop that on there. And it already has detail incorporated in it. And why not add a leaf or two in there as well? Changed my mind. I added the leaves and don't like the look of that at all. So started again, added my sentiments, added the leaves, and now I'm going to layer on some die cut flowers instead on this little piece. So again, I'll grab my glue dots. I am very much happier with this. The leaves behind.